So here we go. Are Everton capable of upsetting the odds and the historical stats, or is this to be a routine City success? Precious points up for grabs at both ends of the turn. It will be a counter-attack, it will be a set piece, but they will have a puncher's chance, and City will be mindful of that. Here is Keating to play it forward for City, attacking the goal as the data was collected. Fujino. Twist and a turn, looking to get the cross in, and it's forced a corner. No bunny sure. Plenty of Manchester City personnel that have unfortunately had to sit on it. Short corner taken, curled back inside the area, which so far, slightly different corner routine from Manchester City. Dinked inside, finding a Manchester City player in that success. City failing to score for the first time this season. That's a little bit route one, and Brosnan right to the edge of a penalty area comes to collect. A little quicker. There is Brosnan again. That was a little dangerous, but Everton just about get away with it. Maybe they can counter. Space over on the right-hand side. Here is Lawley to turn. More likely to be a back five for Everton today. Men's team, of course, with a battling draw at Arsenal in the Premier League yesterday. What can the women's side do today? You tend to think they'll be under similar amounts of pressure with Ayaka Yamashita this season, but can't fault Kari Keating's WSL stats at all this season. 3 appearances, 3 clean sheets, and therefore a 100% save percentage, the highest in the league, obviously. For a 100% save percentage, the highest in the league, obviously. First feared when she was stretchered off just past the half hour in that Champions League fixture. City give the ball away. Opportunity now for Schnois, and it still catches Schnois. Can she pull the trigger? Well, you could hear the support. Opportunity for her, really. Just the 1 goal so far this season in the WSL. Did it bobble just a little? Scored the winner against Liverpool from the spot. Gets her head up here and looks to try and pace and power. The problem is, how many chances like that are you going to get against Manchester City, because they don't give up too many. Shots against per 90 this season, averaging just over 8. The lowest percentage in the Women's Super League. They have to be a little sharper in situations like that. The Harvey forward. Looking for Fowler, who's going to play through the centre once again with no Bunny Shaw. We've seen Fowler, of course, play on the left-hand side as well this season, with a good result despite the injuries that Manchester City have. He suggested they're playing really well at the moment. Went on to explain that their positional play is second to none. He says we'll have to be super sharp to keep them out. He says we've got a plan. Alexandri. Fowler coming a little deep. Alexandri has it again. Forward by Uhabi. Everton managed to win it back, and it's the quick ball forward to Schnois that they're trying to achieve. Win it back, and it's the quick ball forward to Schnois that they're for Fujino. Hilda Brown again. Manchester City just beginning to put a bit of pressure on that Everton backline. There's plenty of City personnel in and around the Everton penalty area. Struggling to clear their lines. Might just win a throw here, though. Yet to score in the WSL, Alba Fujino. Manchester City won here 4-1 last season. They were 3-0 up inside the opening 25 minutes. Bonnie Shaw eventually claimed the match ball. She scored 2 inside the opening quarter. Jill Roy were beaten 4-1 in the end as Shaw completed her hat-trick just past the hour. It was a pretty comfortable success. Close for the final half an hour. Fujino. turns away and races forward. She's got Fowler a little further ahead. Fowler's touch. Back towards Roord. City with 5 inside the penalty area. Roord once again. Kasparai. Hasegawa is free if required. Well, Everton can't get a touch of the football at the moment, but they're keeping their defensive shape, looking to keep Manchester City out, but when you're out of possession, the Harvey to the byline. It's not the worst ball in, and the volley is blocked. Blinkilde-Brown will have another go, and Brosnan will save. Didn't quite catch it. The volley was good first time. But this is the movement that Manchester City can produce. Pass and move, and the cross was good, just a yard away from the penalty spot. Roord's volley was blocked. Met it well, certainly on target. And I suspect it might not change too much, unless, of course, the game state dictates it. And City rack up a number of goals early on. But we mentioned their record-breaking average this season of 69%. That's going to push it further north. Hasegawa's ball not quite good enough. Ever press to go. Gareth Taylor. Point that he would rather use. Fujino. Fowler wants it. Blinkilde-Brown has moved to the left-hand side. Harvey's seen plenty of the ball as well. Hasegawa will deliver. Defense. Just needed to take a little off that, maybe. Manchester City have scored 20 times this season, but haven't scored from a corner just yet. Not really what they do. Maybe this time. High towards the far post. And the day in the Women's Super League, but that has progressed to men's football as well. Something that the men have learned from the women, certainly. Hasegawa. Blinkilde-Brown wants it over the top. Curls away from the City midfielder. Should be cleared by home guard. Three defeats on the spin after beating Liverpool by a 1-0 in November. Only win in all. So, still to go to North London and pick up a point was pretty impressive. And of course the squad has changed a little bit then because of injuries. Hasegawa, Payne coming back and helping out and helping as Manchester City probe once again. 18 minutes in here. Park. Kasparai. Scored against St Polton in the 2-0 success in midweek. She's been ever present. Plenty have come here at Walton Hall Park. There's always a good support for Everton and indeed City. Not too far to come, of course. But Everton looking to win back-to-back games in the WSL at home for the first time since 2023. Right start of the calendar year as well, last term, and it will be a real achievement if they could. Alexandri's header. Hasegawa will play it back. Kennedy. It's a push on for Manchester City, coming to the midpoint of this first half. Wahabi can't keep it in. She's not been picked for Manchester City when she has been fit. Did score home and away for Manchester City against Paris FC in the Champions League qualifier. And she... Alexandri. Hasegawa. Well, Everton have been well organised and by and large have restricted Manchester City to half chances. Jill Roord's volley maybe a little bit better than that. Hasegawa. Decent looking ball in, flicked away by Hayashi. Now, can Tony Payne turn and use a pace here against Alana Kennedy? Still Payne, it's a determined run, and it's a speedy run as well. Payne driving on, and in the end, that's the sort of run potentially that can punish quick against Kennedy once again. Tries to play Schnois in. It does get there first, and Everton on the counter once again to play it forward a little quicker maybe here. City getting players back behind the ball, and eventually it just pops out. And Everton and brief sparks of attacking life from. Harvey will play it back. Hasegawa will pick it up. Fujino calling for it. Alexandri. Linkilde Brown. It's got Kasparai right hand side. They will pass and pass again to try and find an opening. And by and large this season it's obviously worked. 7 wins from their 9 games in the WSL. Suspicion of handball. This is Hasegawa. Roard. Kennedy. Hasegawa. There, Alexandri. Skipper decides to come forward and add more bodies to the attack. In comes the delivery. It's low and it's comfortably cleared away. There were so many. Better ball forwards here. Mel Lawley, can she dig out the cross? It's towards the far post. It's good looking delivery, and it's nodded behind for a corner. Kasparai coming back to deal with the danger, and it was ahead of that defenders who have come up to contest this corner. Van Hevermaet making a nuisance of herself inside the area. Finnegan is there as well. In comes the delivery. Going back to the edge of the area. It's good defensive work from Manchester City. So many players inside that 6-yard box. Curl back in, not the worst, and the glancing header goes in! Flag stays down. Wonderfully glanced home by Lucy. Manchester City penalty area. Can see that as the ball came in, Van Hevermaet was offside, but Lucy Hope certainly wasn't. Now you could argue that Carrie Keaton may well have taking a glance to see where Van Hevermaet was and readjusted her footwork. And Hope's first goal this campaign has given Everton a shock lead. Well, Lucy Hope's last goal was against Manchester City. I got another as Everton were beaten 3-2, so it was no more than a consolation. And she is again. She'll be hoping that this time around, but they won't be adding to their 5 clean sheets this season in the league, 4 of which have come at home, only 1 away. So that's going to remain the same. Or to twist one way and the other. Kasparai, plenty to aim at in maroon here, nodded down towards goal, but Harvey I think really caught that one as she would have hoped, making it a little more difficult for her. Well, urgency needs to be shown here from Manchester City potentially. Park. They did come from behind to Fujino. Referee sees nothing wrong with the challenge as Everton come forward through the paint. And the space for Mel Lawley. Determined run as well to get there first. Tony Payne inside the penalty area. And Lawley's early-ish ball is easily cut out. Tony Payne is trying to prevent the... Alexandri.
Facing guys. Set up, face the ball.
Tony Payne. Flag has stayed down again here. This could be two for Everton. Still Tony Payne, and eventually Keating makes the save. She really needed to pull the trigger a little earlier. Manchester City might be dominating in terms of possession, but the attempts and shots on target, not too much to choose between them. 3-2 and 2-1 respectively in City's favour. They shot early, or to maybe go around the keeper. She opted to look to go round to the keeper's left, her right, as we watched it, but took it too far wide. Fujino again, low towards Fowler. It's a snapshot that goes wide. It was a good effort. There's another opportunity though, and one that's taken. Hayashi finds the corner. Everton have got a second. Keating beaten once more. A precision strike from Honoka. Again, it's poor defensive work at the back. The quick transition from Everton. And as it comes towards Hayashi, she controls and then switches to her right foot. It did take a minor deflection on the way through. And Keating was unable to get down quick enough to her right. And Everton lead Manchester City by 2-0. Fujino. Double trouble for City, who find themselves 2 down with 5 minutes or so remaining of this first half. Wahabi does get the cross in. We'll have to maybe try something a little different. Plenty of time to go in this fixture. Oh, it's been spilled! And it's gone in, has it? Not quite. Brosnan drops it. City unable to pounce. And they lose possession again. And Everton are on the counter again here. Lawley. Payne moving through the gears. Looks to find Payne. Is she quick enough to get there? Brought down, was she? Flag was up. She just tried to halt a run. Because some of them might not believe that they're beating Manchester City, given the head-to-head record of these two sides over the course of the Women's Super League. City always had the upper hand. 16 straight wins. What a shock this would be. Park with the skills. Then Gilda-Brown to turn. Fujino drives to the byline. Thumped away by Van Hevermaet. Belgian international is going to be key for Everton to keep hold of the 3 points that they currently have. Wahabi to measure the cross. Hands here. E3 in all competitions. Manchester City. Fujino. Still going, thinking about the shots. Blocked. Alexandri for Wahabi. Fujino just slips. Gilda-Brown forced back by Justine Hevermaet. And Hevermaet does well. Fujino. Fowler, edge of the 6-yard box. Flag is up. Cleared away by Finnegan. Another opportunity here. Snow is coming forward for another. Cheryl Foster gets this second half underway. Everton leading Manchester City by 2-0. First WSL success again this season, or very unlikely to do for Everton. And obviously City have got a lengthy injury list at the moment. Thanks Greenwood, the latest to be added to that. Pretty sure, of course, out with what we're the injuries at the minute. It's a long list of players that City would like to be able to call upon, but are unable to do so. But I'm sure that Gareth Taylor We'll only give this group of players that are currently on the pitch. This has been replaced for this second half. And it's Alana Kennedy, the player that's been replaced. So that's a significant switch up in terms of a tactical approach from Gareth Taylor here. A defender, often an attacker on. Kasparai with a header. Awkward touch from Hasegawa. Payne. Lawley against the former club, taking on Alexandri. Trying to win a corner, I think, but the City players are a little too canny. Hasegawa, really good play, strong, but Payne is determined to try and win. Release! Home guard. Referee decides to point to the 6-yard box. Goal kick, Manchester City. Well, we've had four. Fowler. Good touch from the Australian to dig out the cross. Blinkilder-Brown will take it down. It's back towards Fowler, who will go for goal, but there's too many Everton players inside the 6-yard. Harvey. Hasegawa forward. Blinkilder-Brown. Park. Always busy on the ball. Clever reverse ball for Jill Roord. She needs to get back into the game. She started well. It's a cross that was aimed towards Fujino. Hayashi. Alexandria again for Hasegawa. Moves away from Kachishnois. Roord for Blinkilder-Brown. Here is Murphy looking to take on the Everton backline, and it's a positive run. He takes a deflection. She started a run now. Had to avoid Everton players. Oh, she gets something on it, but just not enough. How unlucky. Free kick. Shoved by Jill Roord, who's just won it back for Manchester City. Murphy wants it over on the left-hand side. Here comes the substitute. It's Lee Murphy to take the shot on. Ricochets up and out for a swinger. Movement towards the 6-yard box, towards Roord, up into the air, and collected by Brosnan. Hasegawa, Roord. One back initially by Wheeler. He's got through an awful lot of work in that Everton midfield. Here she is again to prod it forward, and Payne is in again. Now then, third time we've seen Toni Payne get forward. What does she do this time? It's still Payne. It's blocked. It's be great to see a score, certainly from an Everton point of view. In comes the delivery. Nodded down by Hope again. He's looking for her second. Likewise, Hayashi, whose effort goes wide. Hasegawa. God, you suspect that Coombs and Kelly might not be 100% fit, but how many minutes does he try and get out of them? Schnois. Payne had made the run. Schnois is going to go again. Hayashi on the left-hand side, just forced back. Everton playing with Alexandri, moves from right to left. Hasegawa. Quick 1-2, Murphy's on away again. Fowler waits inside the area. Park likewise. Blinkilder-Brown. Harvey to drive to the byline. Another corner of Lucy Hope. Hasegawa. Wheeler slides, keeps it in, but can only give it to for Fujino. It's on the left side, looking to curl it inside the area. Fowler with a glancing header, doesn't get hold of it. Comes back out to a Harvey's effort, and then the shot from Murphy. He's over, couldn't keep it down. Just Chloe Kelly enters the fray. Laura Blinkilder-Brown has had some neat touches. Is to be replaced. The alteration for City, a positive one. Gareth Taylor. Brosnan fit enough to take the goal kick and punt it long. Park. Park. Alexandra, all the Manchester City work in this middle third at the moment. They can't find a way through. Really late siege. 5 minutes remaining here. And City haven't made any impression in the scoreline from the... Forgino. Chloe Kelly. To drive in again. It's a clever ball to the far post and it's turned behind for another corner. Kelly to whip into the near post. Well, when City press, there's obviously going to be gaps at the other end. Murphy switched to this right-hand side. She can't quite take it. To defend for Everton. Once again, Chloe Kelly to deliver from the right. Up goes the signal. Dipping towards the far post. Harvey mistimes the attempt to knock it back towards the 6-yard area. A little bit of holding. Less effective. Well, how can he... Relying on those on the pitch to try and turn this around, but the clock is starting to work against them now. Hasegawa. Park 4, and well organised. Bank of 4, bank of 5. Shnois both Shnois and Payne have got through an awful lot of work, and it's telling that they both stayed on here. Know that they've still got, and it's telling that they both stayed on here. Know that they've still got that threat on the break. Hasegawa ricochets around, and then the shot towards goal from Raw. They've been outscoring their XG, so a little regression. You see them fail to score today potentially. Murphy gets beaten to it. The City, incidentally, will play either Ipswich or Bournemouth at the Joy Stadium, so that should be fairly straightforward for City, you would have thought. The fact that they were beaten in London by Spurs just last weekend, they'll be aiming to exact some sort of revenge and have a bit of a cup run. Left-hand side, 5 wait inside the penalty area in City colours. This is Hasegawa. Kasparai. Forgino. Driving inside the penalty area. Winner will... Part for Hasegawa. Murphy, a twist and a turn, a swivel of the hips, looks to try and get to the byline, but better defensive work on this occasion. And Everton will clear once more. Alexandra play, a lot of experience, but hasn't really been playing that often this season, only used as a substitute in the WSL. Here's an opportunity though, and foul. Good run, good awareness, good ball in, just not the finish to match. You can see that Chloe Kelly just glanced to see who was inside the penalty area. Hasegawa. Wahhabi. Clips inside the penalty area. Alexandria up from the back. High towards the back post. Brosnan under pressure. And a free kick awarded. Fujino on the keeper. Has come infield. Fowler has made the run inside the penalty area. As you get the cross in, back to the edge of the box here. Hasegawa was a little tentative. Everton will clear. Sari's going to come on.
Coming off number 25, Cassius
Noise coming off.
By number 21, Beatrice Sari.
And Beatrice Sari, as we mentioned, coming on. Bit of a shame for home guards. 20 out injured at the moment. Abi. Heather Payne looks to clear. Of course, but they can go into 2025. The back of a win. That's indeed if it is a win, because that is a definite penalty right in front of the referee. Hasegawa was hauled down. Wilson only just off. Scurry away from her. Drag of the arm. Easy one to give. Wilson the perpetrator. And if this goes in, it will be saved any of them. And it's going to be Fowler to step up and take, interestingly. Yellow card for Ollison as well. So Fowler, Brosnan. Fowler buries it. City have got a goal back. And they rush to try and get the restart as quick as possible here. Or is this the signal for a late City comeback? Down the middle, Brosnan beaten. Everton restart, and we tick towards the 90. Does he believe? Do his players believe? Board has just gone up 5. Feels about right.
5 minutes additional time.
A lot of personnel just in sheer numbers, let alone how good they are. Everton fans willing the team in blue to scrap for absolutely things. It's only December and just 3 points in the WSL, but when you've lost 16 on the spin, never beaten City, this is massive. If it happens, and it's not over yet. Chloe Kelly driving forward, takes the shot on, takes the deflection and into the arms. 2-2 draw and a share of the spoils to deny Everton the first WSL win over Manchester City. It's starting to get now or never territory. Hasegawa. Fujino. Neat and tidy on the ball, but needs to a twist and a turn and half a yard of space. But Everton defending in numbers, keeping their shape well. Hasegawa, where's the opening? Kelly left hand side, the blow for the 90. Fujino. Officials allowing just a little bit more for City here. It is a famous win for Everton and Brian Sorensen's side over Manchester City after 16 straight. WS finally with a breakthrough. In the context of the league, it might not mean too much. In the context of the City, managed to pull one back late on. Fowler's goal from the spot.